A couple of days ago, Ubisoft gave me the chance to play Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And if you had told me 10 plus years ago when I was playing the first few Assassin's Creed's games and at the time just really a fan of the franchise, I would have been like, no way would I be playing a new Assassin's Creed game before it's set to release. So first and foremost, big thanks to Ubisoft for sponsoring this video. This is an incredible opportunity, and as just a massive fan of the Assassin's Creed series, it was so cool to be able to get my hands on Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And definitely check out the link in the description if you guys are, of course, interested in learning more about the game and eventually getting your hands on it. Now, one more quick thing before we get this video started. I'm sure you notice in the bottom right-hand corner how it says work in progress. That's because we were playing on an early build of the game. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you 3 really cool things that I was able to pick up on. I was able to play it for about 3 hours, which if they had let me play all day, I would have. I would have just been sitting there and I would have been doing every little thing, but I had 3 hours, so I got to do a lot. So I'm going to try and run you through the 3 big things that I picked up on. The first was the main character in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and that is Eivor. Eivor is, let's just say, a badass. So Eivor is a fierce Viking warrior who was raised on the tales of battle and glory. And I think the second most important part of any Assassin's Creed game is the setting. Where does the game take place? Well, in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, it takes place in England's Dark Ages. So you've got this dynamic and beautiful open world, but set against a brutal backdrop. So England during this time is in the age of the Vikings. They're a fractured nation of petty lords and warring kingdoms, and beneath the chaos lies a rich and untamed land waiting for you, Eivor, to conquer. Now, one of the things I'm most excited about learning when the game releases is more of the backstory of Eivor. I mean, we know that Eivor is a mighty Viking raider, and we know that we eventually lead our clan from the harsh shores of Norway to our new home in 9th century England, but we don't know a whole lot about Eivor's backstory. And that's what I'm excited to find out. How did the Eivor become this brutal assassin that wants to earn a place in Valhalla? That's what I'm excited to figure out. The second thing that was really cool about Assassin's Creed Valhalla was raids. So raids is something that was kind of new to the Assassin's Creed series. And this is essentially where you launch massive assaults against Saxon troops and fortresses throughout England. So these are essentially surprise attacks that you start from your longship. So if you come across a fortress and you're on your longship, you'll get this prompt on your screen that will allow you to start a raid. And it's kind of like the opposite of a sneak attack because you're going to have like 15 to 20 of your best friends trying to pillage enemy territories so that you can get riches and resources back to your people. And this is so cool. It's like the opposite of what you think an assassin is, where you're basically ransacking like an entire area, and it's hectic and it's chaotic. Everyone seems to be fighting everything. But it is nice because typically when you think of Assassin's Creed, you might think to yourself, oh, this person's going to be a lone wolf. They're going to do everything by themselves. They're going to be sneaking around from bush to bush. In this case, it's like 15 to 20 of your best friends literally beating up everything. So the raids are really, really fun. It's a refreshing aspect of the game that I did not expect to be involved at all. And the third thing that I was able to pick up from my playthrough is assaults that you can do. This is another new thing in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Now, during assaults, players must reinforce their armies against another. And there's lots of ways in which you can find the way to victory. So you kind of have to use everything at your disposal: ladders, rams, bridges, you name it. In this instance, at least for me during my assault, I was using this ram. So like a lot of my friends were on it, but I could jump on it at any point. And it was super tough because they were like pouring hot oil on us. So you had to like take care of that before you could just like go on the ram and try and destroy stuff. But if you are able to get through the assault, you're going to earn player progression, experience, and loot. So these assaults are key to getting through the game and obviously getting all the good stuff that we want as we progress through it. Now, what's really cool about the assaults is even though they are chaotic, you don't seem to ever get lost in the chaos. You always know what your goal is, and that's where your crew tends to help you out a lot because they'll sort of like show you the path if you ever feel like you're getting lost in this. And don't worry, there's also going to be plenty of enemies that will show you the path too. But that was one of the things I was kind of worried about was like, man, this seems very chaotic. It doesn't really have that like Assassin's feel, but it was so different, so refreshing. And there are still so many moments where being an assassin and assassin-esque is the best route. Even in these chaotic moments, you still go back to the roots of what made Assassin's Creed great. And so that's why I think this is honestly like the perfect balance of adding fun, new, exciting action, but still keeping those roots from the Assassin's Creed games of the past. Now, Assassin's Creed Valhalla is also filled with some hysterical moments that try and keep it as lighthearted as possible. There was a couple of things that I was able to do in the game, like I had a rap battle with a random guy on the street, which was hysterical. There was a mission that I got to play that was like the celebration and ceremony of a wedding, where I ended up participating in a drinking game that was awesome. There's also a couple of romance options along the way, so if that's some of the things you're into, there are plenty of chances to get involved with something like that. So there were plenty of lighthearted moments to sort of separate the fierce combat that Eivor is always seemingly getting involved in. Now, really, what are my final thoughts and opinions on Assassin's Creed Valhalla from my short 3.5 hours with the game? I think it could be the best Assassin's Creed game that Ubisoft has made. Now, I'm a big fan of a lot in the series, so it's going to be hard to compete with some of my favorites like Assassin's Creed Black Flag and Assassin's Creed 2. More recently, Assassin's Creed Origins probably tops the list, and that's actually a good segue. If you guys are a fan of the last two Assassin's Creed games, Origins and Odyssey, this game has just built on that, but it's also going to feel very familiar. So I was able to jump on Valhalla and the combat felt smooth, it felt familiar. I knew what I was doing in the inventory system, updating my armor and my weapons. All of that good stuff is sort of a continuation from Origins and Odyssey, which, again, if you are big fans of those games, I know they're the most recent ones. I think Origins is probably my favorite Assassin's Creed game of all time. You guys are going to find that Valhalla is very familiar, but also has a lot of cool upgrades to it. Like, one of the things that I was super impressed by was the progression system. It seems like it was never ending here. So when I was playing, I had someone from Ubisoft there with me, and I think I made the comment like, does this skill tree like ever end? Because I like kept unlocking skills and more just became available, and they were like, yeah, as long as you keep unlocking stuff, it's going to keep growing and growing and growing. And I was like, that is awesome. And in my 3 hours playing this game, I really got to experience some awesome things. I went on some epic raids and assaults. I got to experience the visceral combat that is in this game. It's a more ruthless fighting style than I would say in previous Assassin's Creed games. I mean, you're dual-wielding axes and swords, you're dismembering people, but you can still use your hidden blade if you choose to assassinate them. It also has some more advanced RPG metrics that give you new ways to grow as a warrior and a leader, influence the world around you while you're acquiring new skills, and you gather gear to suit your playstyle. You can even grow settlements as well by recruiting new clan members and building upgradable structures. So there is so much that they have done here to really add to the traditional Assassin's Creed that we know and love. And that's why I think Valhalla is going to be a home run, because it takes what was so great about Assassin's Creed, but then they've added all these other cool things that's just going to keep you in the game longer. Like I said, I had 3 hours on the game. I literally could have just spent all day trying to explore this Dark Age open world. And I'm pretty sure you guys are going to do that as well. So once again, big thank you to Ubisoft for sponsoring this video. They were very kind, very generous to reach out to me with this opportunity. If you guys are interested in checking out more about Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I'll leave a link to that in the description so you can check that out for yourself. And again, let me know in the comments down below what you are most excited about if you're a big fan of the Assassin's Creed series. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.